Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another tenacious episode of Tight Talk on Turnbuckles with your host, Txldian, and my co-host, Roachboy Red.
What's up, guys?
Today, we are bringing you a review of Raw, Dynamite, and you're getting the pages, pictures, and panels hands-on with WWE 2K22. I got to be honest, I'm in love with the game. Red's in love with the game. We're going to get to that. That's a big part of the episode, but I'm just going to turn it over to Red right now. We're going to get into some AEW and WWE stuff. Red, talk to him.
All right, so I guess we can start off at the top of the week and start with Monday Night Raw. The main thing that I am excited to talk about here is the RK Bro, Kevin Owens and Rollins, and Alpha Academy triple threat match, ending with, spoiler alert, the RK Bro winning the titles. We knew they were going to get the belts. We didn't know when, and I kind of assumed they were going to wait till WrestleMania, but they surprised us and gave it to us on TV.
Yeah, that's because they're probably gearing up for a big RK Bro match at Mania.
Which is, do you think it's going to be Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins?
No, just because they got Rollins already locked into the thing with Austin, Owens locked into the thing with Austin. And from what I'm being told, Rollins is facing Cody Rhodes. So,
that'd be cool with me. Hell.
I ran this match back, though, at WrestleMania. It was a WrestleMania quality main event. Hats off to Alpha Academy, bro. Like, they are the sleeper cell in that match. And, like, Chad Gable, not even just Chad Gable, Otis, they are both just
great
stellar talents, bro.
Yep.
Stellar. Yeah, I'm very impressed with the match. I match more than anything. I think that the right team won. It's great to put it on RK Bro. They sell a lot of merchandise. The kids love them. Randy Orton's in great spirits, which is always good because he can be a dick backstage from what I'm told. But yeah, man, really that was the standout of Raw to me. That and the overall arc, Rollins walking days and stuff like that. Nothing else really stood out to me on Raw. To be honest with you, nothing else was really substantial. If you have anything, I'd love to comment. That was the standout for me.
Definitely, which is crazy because that was maybe the opening match of the night, honestly.
Yeah.
But I was honestly surprised by it. I didn't expect them to go into WrestleMania tag champions together. I expected them, like we talked about on other episodes, I expected them to go into a match against each other at WrestleMania. And it's cool to see. I like the team. I like to see Randy Orton not being a heel for once. He's always a scumbag, and Matt Riddle's partnership brings out the better person in him. So it's pretty cool to see this change of pace for the character. And
yeah,
as for a performer, he is always top tier. I've always loved Randy Orton. I've hated his character, but the performer and the guy are pretty damn fun. But overall, that match, like you said, that was the big money match of the night. There were actually two title matches. They gave us the Dana Brooke 24/7 championship match as well, which to be honest with you, I wish they would just give what?
I enjoyed that match. I liked that match. I did. I like Dana Brooke. I'm not going to lie. I think Dana Brooke is dope, dude.
I don't mind her in ring, but this 24/7 title segment with her and what's his name? Reggie. That angle, I wish they would just give that screen time to like the Dirty Dogs or something. Like it's a lot. It's just not that fun.
What they need to do literally just go all the way in with the title and make it like the digital media championship and have it be contested between guys and girls. Because the concept, literally, my girlfriend doesn't even watch wrestling. And I explained the concept of the 24 championship 24/7, and she was like, that's awesome. Like, you have to defend it.
Yeah,
it's different.
I definitely like the idea of it. And overall, the like run of the title and like the storylines that went along with it have been a good time and stuff. A lot of it is intergender wrestling. It's like we don't often see two girls or two guys fight for the belt, which is so weird because half of the time the females come out with the belt. It's so random and funny. It feels like that's kind of like the Divas storyline now that all of these top tier female talents are actually like top tier talents in the company between men and women.
Right.
So this seems like the fun gimmicky storyline for like the jokey couples jokes and stuff, and I'm with it. The Tamina stuff with what's his name? The
Akira.
yes. That is it's funny as shit. It's pretty comical. But overall, uh, decent match. Like I said, the next match we're gonna talk about, I'd like to see more like screen time for them. Braun Breaker and Tommaso versus the Dirty Dogs. I fucking love Dolph Ziggler, man. I love Robert Roode. Such a good heel team. I don't know. I think they could easily be pushed up the card into like how crazy would it be for RK Bro to fight the Dirty Dogs at WrestleMania?
It would be awesome, and I would love it. I think they got bigger plans for Dolphy Boy, and I'm hoping he just beats Braun Breaker.
I would like that. Braun Breaker is what, the son of Rick Steiner or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely he is a better talent than either of his family members have been. I notably do not like the Steiners. I think they're terrible performers. They have caused so many injuries and issues and mishaps in the ring and backstage. But
Yeah.
I'm really liking the rise of Braun Breaker so far. But like you were just saying, you put him up against someone like Dolph Ziggler, who I genuinely would never have guessed how fantastic of a talent was coming from the Spirit Squad, a fucking DX joke. Uh, mind you, a
Yeah.
lot of the members of Spirit Squad ended up breakouts. But Dolph is
Well,
the longest lasting and one of the best.
it's weird because I remember I watched I had this like cable air thing that aired channels and stuff. And one of the channels we can get was this Louisville, Kentucky channel that had OVW on. So like I got to see the Spirit Squad before they were like the big Spirit Squad. They had other members and stuff too. It was Dolph and Kenny Dykstra. Remember Kenny?
Yeah, I was just about to bring him up. What? Mickey James is why he's not in the company.
Yeah, people thought him and John Cena, but her and John Cena. But to be honest with you, everybody thought it was going to be Dykstra, but I knew back then, like, nah, man, him and that one right there are nice as fuck. And then when they brought Dolph back, I've been a fan for the longest time, specifically when he started using the super kick, because I
Hell
always
yeah.
thought he was Sean, and
Yep.
it's awesome.
Fucking back in when I was a kid, I used to collect so many wrestling action figures. And back in those days, the only two Spirit Squad members they would ever sell, and most of the time it wasn't a 2-pack, was Dolph
Yeah.
and Kenny. But
Yeah.
overall, I'm hoping for a big Dirty Dogs push in the tag division. I like them both as singles competitors, but I love them as a team. It's such a good angle. But moving on from that, I guess we can
Yeah.
talk about the two big WrestleMania dresses that happened. Edge addressing his feud with AJ Styles at WrestleMania and giving us the big Edge heel turn, first time since 2020, and I love it. I'm ready to be back. Give us the real rated R superstar again, man.
I'm in agreement, dude. I'm in agreement. And who better than the new Mr. WrestleMania himself, AJ Styles? Like,
And he needs
I gotta
this
be honest,
moment.
dude.
AJ is going to win, and he's going to win against one of the best wrestlers at putting people over, even though he himself is a top card talent.
Yeah. And like, that's the thing. Like, Edge can lose this match at Mania and still go over, still have a classic, because that's what it's about. It's a classic for Edge. He's also a Mr. WrestleMania. So like it's not really about like winning the match or anything like that. Those are for the young guys trying to get over. Edge is over. AJ is over. AJ needs the win, mind you, because this is one of his final runs. So
And just for the story alone, like they've been building this up for like this is AJ's moment at WrestleMania. And what
yeah,
better athlete can you go up against than Edge, man?
yeah, and not for nothing. like it sets AJ up for me for Roman Reigns as the first challenger for the unified WWE Universal Championship.
Oh my God, that would be incredible. Yet again, he'd fucking break Edge down like he breaks everyone down, but it would be an incredible match.
Well, no, not Edge and Roman, because Edge, actually we did that. We did that last year at Mania. It was Edge versus Roman versus Daniel Bryan. But this, I mean AJ and Roman, we haven't done that in years, and we haven't done it with this version of Roman yet, because AJ was playing tag team and stuff.
I don't see AJ beating Roman either, like the way they put him over, but I think that would be a good swan song match maybe next year for Roman or for AJ to go out on.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sorry, everybody on the cameras. If you guys are wondering why I keep looking to the right, I can't put this down. We're going to get to why I can't put this down and why this.
Yeah, the only reason I'm not playing is because it's in another room right now. But
go during the episode.
And I guess this brings us to the final talking point of Raw, and that's the Kevin Owens having Stone Cold Steve Austin on the KO show at WrestleMania.
Well, I have nothing to say except it's a swerve. They're lying to us, and we're going to get the match. Stone Cold has been training for the last not to sit down and talk. We're going to get a match. They keep saying, what the fuck is this, a John Woo movie? We're going to get a fucking match.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Thank you. And if not, it's going to be one of those like WWE contests they do, and it'll be Battle of the Stunners type shit. Someone will come in the ring talking shit on Stone Cold like they always do, and then it's going to be a stunner fest, and we're just going to see fucking countless stunners in different ways, and then, well, as long as Stone Cold and KO share a beer, that's all I care.
Well, no, I think we're going to get KO being healed, Kevin. That's what I don't want. I'm not going to lie. That's what I don't want. We've got that so many years in a row, dude. It's the show up, stunners, beers, the beer bash. Like, I don't want that, bro. Same thing with John Cena. I don't want the return, give me a match, and then leave. I want the proper heel run. I want the return match from Austin. I want the return match from Rock. At this point, we're past the coming back talking shit. No one cares anymore. You know what I mean?
I would love that, or I would love, like, if it was an actual match and stuff. But yeah, like you said, I always want to like Kevin Owens, but he's just such an asshole character that you can't really fuck with him. He's a great performer, and like, I would love to see him like do some face type shit with Stone Cold for a little bit, because even though Stone Cold left a heel, he's never been a heel, even when he was. So like,
yeah,
that's the perfect person to put him with for people to be like, yeah, could go KO. And even if they have a match, I want it to be like how we thought Randy Orton and Riddle was going to be. It should be like a good, respectful match where they get up and shake hands at the end type shit. I would love it.
You know what I actually would like? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want a match at all. I want the interview segment where it's going to be a match, right? It looks like it's going to be a match. And then KO cheats immediately, kicks him in the balls, and then proceeds to beat the ever-living shit out of Austin, drags the dog behind the shed, and puts the pistol to the back of his head. That's what I want. What I want. I want the sadistic back.
I don't want that, but if they're going to go heel turn, they might as well. Give him an iconic heel turn.
They've done this legit thing with the same guy already, but they used Vince McMahon. They had Kevin talking to Vince McMahon in the middle of the ring. He's real close to him, talking to him. Then he just, boom, headbutts him and fucking busts him open and proceeds to beat the ever-living shit out of a then 73-year-old man. And it was exquisite.
But that won't hit with people like it'll hit if they beat up Stone Cold. No one gives a shit about McMahon at the end of the day. But, oh, man, that would be incredible. Now that I'd be cool with that.
Yeah. It would be pretty.
But that brings us to the end of Raw, technically.
Yeah.
Do you have any closing comments on that before we move on to what I'm most excited to talk about?
Decent show this week. Tag team titles definitely have me interested in a world where they don't keep me interested. I will be tuning in next week.
Yeah, so, man.
That's good.
I mean, hell, we would have tuned in if it was dog shit this week.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that brings us to the March 9th installment of AEW Dynamite. This show, another week in a row, and not even including the fucking pay-per-view being so fantastic. AEW is killing it, man. This was a stacked card. We had 3 title matches and like a fucking dream match type situation. Not with the, we'll get to that. But I guess we can start off with the Adam Page match, which was technically the opening match of the night. And
Yeah.
he wrestled Dante Martin, and it's a fucking, he's a solid performer. Everything I've seen from him so far has been about the same quality, and it's top quality, so I'm cool with it. What a great babyface champion, Page. I'll get to Dante as well though too. But Adam Page is exactly what I picture a wrestling or pro wrestling champion being. Like, he has the perfect persona, he has the perfect presence, he has the perfect skill set and moves. Like, he is a champion. Like, it's incredible how well they nailed this run for him.
Yeah.
And Dante Martin, yet again, a lot greener than him, but boy, he put on such a fucking match with him. Like, you would not have expected him to walk up in the ring with the champion and perform on the exact same level as him, pretty much. And I loved at the end of the match when Hangman was like, "Yeah, get your ass back in the ring," and then fucking shakes his hand. That was such a fucking like good moment. It was such a good babyface moment for him, and
Yeah.
I for one have turned into a really big Hangman Adam Page fan.
See, the thing with Page, like, I've been watching Page since Ring of Honor and like New Japan and shit like that when he was first with the Bullet Club. And like, I really enjoy the Adam Page in ring character. I'm just not into the whole cowboy shit gimmick. I don't really.
I
It doesn't
fucking
resonate.
love Cowboys, so it works for me.
Word, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. But like, I just don't enjoy his character. But like, I will say, the moment with Dante Martin was great. I love Martin. I think he is like the future of AEW, and I hope to see. I have a prediction for Dante Martin here in the future. He's going to be, hopefully Keith Lee wins his championship. We can see Keith Lee versus Dante Martin, or Dante Martin versus Scorpio Sky would be good.
That's what I was just about to say. If he's not a transitional champion, which, like we talked about a few different times since he won the belt, it does seem likely with the big Wardlow push happening that he could be a transitional champion. But also, they're setting up Wardlow and MJF to have a feud. So, like, either Wardlow's going to win the belt and then MJF's going to be on to trying to get that belt, or Wardlow's going to wrestle Scorpio Sky, lose, they're going to push the fuck out of Scorpio. And then Wardlow's going to go on to a blood match type feud with MJF, similar to the Punk role.
That's what's going to happen. MJF is going to interfere. We're going to get MJF and Wardlow. Because at this point, MJF has beat CM Punk in Chicago. It's not that made him a made guy, but I feel like he was a made guy when he beat fucking Jericho.
Yeah,
and he beat Cody. Max has kind of beat everybody now.
Yeah. So, continue.
Oh, that's it. Continue.
Oh, word. But yeah, so as a whole, that angle is really good, and I'm excited. AEW keeps you on your toes with who's going to be coming for championships and shit. That's what I like. It feels like old school wrestling where a number one contender just fucking runs in through the curtain and challenges. It's so Wild West of the wrestling world. And I love that. I'm always down for some fucking Raw is War, Attitude Era Chaos. But that brings us to what I was talking about in the dream match. We got the team up of Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, managed by William Regal himself. They wrestled the Workhorsemen. I didn't know who they were as a team. I didn't know who Anthony Henry was. I know who JD Drake is, but
Yeah.
it was definitely meant to be a squash match, and it was. But we're about to see them as a tag team for a little bit. And what are your thoughts on like where that's going, or like the match as a whole?
Not really a fan of them being a tag team just because AEW has enough real tag teams right now that aren't getting shine. It's a little frustrating. I think they're both very capable of teaming up without being forced into the tag division. I understand that the tag team titles are world titles here, and I understand that it is a priority to the company, but I just don't feel like they're prioritizing their roster perfectly. To me, it looks to be something we're just doing because what else are we going to do with these guys? And there's other titles that can be elevated, such as the FCW title. It would be crazy as hell to see Daniel Bryan take that title. Just take it and be like, okay, well, I remember what this title used to mean. Taz used to stand for what I stand for now. And we could still have this team up thing. They don't have to go towards the tag team titles. I honestly have no interest in seeing them hold them.
Considering them more of a stable, the three of them, than a tag team. And
right, which
that works. That's like some NWO force of nature type shit within a company. Those two alone.
Yeah.
But I also think AEW, they're definitely trying to just give other people runs at the main belt. And that's why, like you said, we're going to be getting like Keith Lee stuff. We're going to be getting more Adam Page for sure, more Dante Martin. And like they're just trying to push these young guys and stuff right now. And
yeah,
eventually Mox or Danielson is coming for the big belt. And it's only a matter of time. I think it's a good idea that AEW is giving us a break from the same two guys on the belt all the time. They've done great so far, mind you. Not a complaint to the past of AEW, but overall, it was a fun match to watch. At one point, Mox fucking bites JD Drake on the forehead, and that was some feral animal shit. It was hilarious.
Love it. Definitely love it.
That brings us to Jurassic Express fighting up against the Acclaimed. I want to hear your thoughts first, I guess.
Jurassic Express, always great. The Acclaimed are a favorite tag team of mine. I really have mixed feelings about Max Caster because he had, I guess, internet riffs with a personal friend of mine that we're going to be getting to here and when we cover a little bit of Rampage. But I don't know. I love the tag team. I think they work. I love both teams, man. I love to see them both go. I can't really remember how the match result ended. Red, how did it end?
I'm pretty sure it was a standard Jurassic Express pinfall win because it was for the belts, and they definitely retained. But overall, yeah, it was definitely a standard match for them. It was pretty good. Luchasaurus is one of the funniest, most creative, and original concepts in wrestling. It makes me laugh so hard. I love the character. I'm dinosaur obsessed, and this guy is just the right amount of kooky in wrestling for me to fuck with.
Lucha's funny.
And Jungle Boy he's your standard long hair, high flyer guy, and I love high flyers. I love the cruiserweight division, so I love them as a tag team. I'm not a big fan of the Acclaimed. I cannot stand when they come in and freestyle at the start of the match and stuff. It's always terrible. It sounds like Vince McMahon wrote it.
Yeah.
But what this match did show, because it was the first match since I started watching AEW, that they didn't do some gimmicky, cheaty bullshit in the match. They actually wrestled through and through. Aside from the Luchasaurus fucking kicking the boombox into Caster's face and shit. But they are great performers. I'll give them that. As much as I don't like them, I will always give someone credit in wrestling because that shit is hard. But yeah, it was a great match, and I kind of think they should. I personally would like to see them steer away from Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus as the tag champions soon. And with all this these crazy fucking legendary tag teams and shit forming and reforming. It's a lot of competition that I think would be wrong to put over for these guys. Not slighting them. I don't know. It I don't yeah. It sounds weird, but yeah, I definitely think they should stay in like the top of the tag division and stuff, but let them do their own thing. I don't think they need belts to be these great characters that everyone loves. The way everyone does the fucking sings along with their intro when they come in, that's just some fan
Yeah.
favorites. A belt's not going to matter to them. It's like how we were talking about Edge in his match against AJ. The win doesn't matter as long as you have that great character that everyone's into.
Well, I got a prediction here. I think we're going to get some Jungle Boy here in the future, some singles Jungle Boy. We're going to get Jungle Boy winning a singles title. They're going to lose those tag titles here soon. And when they lose those tag titles, we're going to see Luchasaurus turn on Jungle Boy, and we're going to get them singles. You know what I mean? Feuding over a title. It'll make both of them. That's just what I see happening.
That
the
would
only
be
way that they
such a
both
cool feud from a story angle too. Like I would actually love that a lot. Fucking caveman versus dinosaur. Let's do it.
Boy versus his dinosaur.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. That
Pretty much it.
That brings us to Thunder Rosa beating Layla Hirsch by pinfall to become the #1 contender. Standard match. They're both kind of green. They're good performers, but they are green, and you can tell on screen with most of their interactions with each other, especially. I like both characters. I definitely do, and I want to see them. I want to see where they go in the next couple months.
Word. Nah, I can definitely get on board with that.
But yeah, there's not much to say about that match, I guess. I think we're gonna see a big pop in the women's division soon again. And we've been getting a lot of screen time, a lot of matches for the women's card the past couple months. And I'm so excited for that. The women in AEW, well, and WWE. Female wrestling has never been better than it is now. This is incredible shit. And I thought like people like Lita and Trish Stratus were good. The next generation never fucking ceases to surprise, I guess.
Yeah, even in the NWA, bro, like the women's division is insane. They have this girl named Camille over there that kind of reminds me of Cargill, but she's better. And like, it's incredible, bro. Like the amount of women's talent in the world that are just out there. Mickie James is heading up the NWA's women's division and stuff over there, and that's looking incredible. I'd actually like to do a episode based off of the evolution of women's wrestling and where we're going with it.
Let's do that for sure. I love so many different female superstars throughout the years, and yeah, I'd love to talk about them. They're some of the craziest talent over the years.
That was crazy.
That brings us to the Scorpio Sky Sammy Guevara match. I personally was disappointed with the result, which was Scorpio Sky taking the belt and Sammy Guevara definitely getting a rib injury. His like 640 splash or whatever through the table looked incredible, mind you, but definitely was a ridiculous thing to do in a fucking title match. That's what got me from like a story standpoint. Like, bro, why would you risk that heavily? Overall, incredibly performed match. But
it's a spot number.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me hear your thoughts on it.
Well, basically, I feel like it was a commentary. There was those mistakes like that in the match were a commentary on a common problem in AEW. The way that the wrestlers structure their matches, a lot of it doesn't make sense. A lot of old school veterans that watch wrestling say, specifically Jim Ross, apparently called out Tony Khan notoriously recently in a meeting about things that didn't make sense and rules not being followed, mainly in the tag division. But yeah, like just the whole like we're gonna go for a big move instead of going for a pin. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like things that just doesn't make sense. So like as far as like table spot, completely unnecessary risk. But it's an AEW problem, and I feel like with time they'll get better with that. Definitely. But I was not too happy about Scorpio Sky winning because I like Sammy Guevara. On the other hand, to have another black champ is awesome. And Scorpio Sky is exquisitely excellent at what he does. So, and that's since Ring of Honor, another Ring of Honor original. But I don't know, man. I like the match.
I definitely agree. Sammy he's definitely a great, like, he's one of the great mid-card champions that I want to see. Like, he felt like Chris Jericho type. He's off the wall, but not like Darby Allin Hardy Boy's off the wall. He's just a great flyer, a great technical guy, a great striker. He's an absolute package on a really young guy. So there's like his career can only go up, and I think losing this title is honestly a good thing because then he can move up the card.
Yeah,
But
no, I can dig it.
But that brings us to our actual big talking point of the Dynamite episode, and that is Matt Hardy and the return of Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, man. Matt Hardy got turned on by tongue-tied, AHFO, and was absolutely getting dog walked, and then gets saved by, mind you, everyone's chanting Jeff at this point. And then you hear Darby Allin's music hit, and everyone just got quiet. Like, if Jeff would have not came out, it would have been so disappointing to everyone, especially because Darby and Sting run in and then get absolutely fucking dog walked by everyone. And then Jeff has to come in and save them. But that
Pretty
being
much.
said, the crowd reaction to Jeff Hardy's music was insane. It was one of the loudest standing ovations I've heard in wrestling in a while. Which
I think that was due to,
and me included. I fucking screamed when I heard that music drop. I was like, bro, we knew this was happening, and I'm still just as excited as if I didn't. But
thoughts on that as well.
yeah, I definitely love that. Well, we found out recently that it was a free use song, so AEW purchased the rights to it, and now WWE can't use the theme song technically. But
Yeah.
Overall, what are your thoughts on Jeff's return? What are your thoughts on the Hardy Boys running in a tag division instead of them splitting up and doing solo shit? And where do you think this leads?
Well, I'll start off with where it leads. It leads to a tag title run for nostalgia. We're going to do it. There's no reason to bring in Jeff Hardy if we're not going to. We're going to get that. We're going to get them in the Bucks. We're going to get them in Redragon. Them in pretty much every fucking body. Private Party is almost guaranteed. I don't know, man. It's a lot of expected stuff going to happen. But what I will say is I like Jeff Hardy wrestling. I'm just not a Jeff Hardy fan. I was more of a Matt Hardy guy. I think it's dope that he's like being healthy and he's being happy, but I don't feel like there's a place for him in AEW really, because outside of a tag team, there's just too many dudes there already, bro. Like there's way too many dudes. And like, I'm starting to notice that, like, not that they're used like jobbers there, but everybody thinks because like we're not jobbing out legends on a daily basis, they're being treated correctly. But like, where's Paul White? What happened to him? He does commentary now. Mark Henry, commentary. Tully Blanchard, a manager. Chris Jericho, glorified fucking manager. Like, he very rarely wrestles. Like, same thing with Christian. Christian wrestles as much as he.
Christian Cage.
These guys are not getting used as much as these other dudes. I just don't feel as though. I don't feel as though that there's a place for a Jeff Hardy here. But I think that they will split up eventually, have a Jeff Hardy single run, have him win the title eventually. I don't know. It's confusing, but
I mean,
I hope to.
Yeah, the future is so open. Really anything can happen here at this point.
Yeah.
No. I personally, I kind of expect it to be a short-lived run. I know Jeff is very injury prone, so I expect him to hurt himself sooner or later. He's old. When they showed him Swanton bombing, he gets up and immediately starts holding his back. Like, he's definitely old, and I don't think there's, like you said, there's not a place for him to be Jeff Hardy. I don't want to see him just be a mid-card jobber and really not even be able to perform at the quality that we as fans expect Jeff Hardy to see. I want some high-flying, extreme theatrics, and if he is going to be too injured or just, I mean, permanently injured from the past, I don't want to see that
Yeah.
happen. I'd rather him just retire with the great legacy he left us instead of being one of those old guys who tries to stay in the ring forever.
Yeah.
But
It's true.
But that brings us to the end of Dynamite, and I guess we can run through some quick stuff involving SmackDown and Rampage before we get into 2K. Uh,
Yep.
in the Sheamus Ridge Holland match against Big E and Kofi, fucking Ridge Holland gave Big E a slam that landed him right on top of his head and broke his neck. He posted
Yep.
on Twitter showing the slam. He posted on Twitter telling everyone he was okay, and then he posted on Twitter telling everyone that he wasn't going to need surgery. So that's good. It should be only like a 6 to 8 week recovery then instead of much longer. And that sucks, but like we talked about before the show, it gives a lot of opportunity for a split of the New Day or a reformation of Kofi and Woods together as that version of the New Day since we've been running off the Flapjack Big E duo for so long.
Yeah. And like, I mean, hopefully Big E can come back refreshed because he had a great singles run. It's crazy. This guy was just WWE champion like 2 months ago.
Yep.
Just 2 months ago. So hopefully he can come back and get on point and have a character refresh and we can really see the best Big E possible. So and from everybody over here at Pages, Pictures, and Panels, Studio 5-Star, and everybody affiliated, we want to give a well wish out to Big E, honestly.
For
because
sure.
that is a horrible injury. For sure.
Hell yeah. And he's definitely a real world great person and his character's fantastic. There is no complaints on that guy all around, on screen, backstage. So I definitely want to see him make a return and a healthy one. Neck injuries are no joke in the WWE. They've ended countless careers, and that would suck. And he's a big guy to be jamming all his own weight down on his neck. So he's lucky that he got away as well as he did. And, well, I'm excited to see, I'm honestly excited for the opportunity, though, that it does present for Woods to come back and tag team with Kofi. I love the team of Big E and Kofi, but it did not even recently, it kind of just turned into like a routine every match that ended with the basic flapjack fucking. But I think if Woods and Kofi are together, that presents like a lot of cruiserweight style high flying shit, and that will be so exciting for like the viewers to experience again.
Yeah. No, I agree. I completely agree.
Other than that, that's about all the notable stuff on SmackDown. We had Ricochet beating Sami Zayn to retain the Intercontinental title, which is no surprise to me, or I'm sure anyone, because Sami Zayn has been on the shit list ever since he mentioned AEW, and that's been a while now. He's had a tough run of it as a character so far.
2 years.
But that brings us to Rampage, our last show of the week, and the shortest, but always action-packed. We had the debut of Shane Swerve Strickland beating Tony Nese in a singles match. Well, actually, let me start off with you again.
Well, honestly, 2 PA natives from the Philadelphia area, Tony Nese, from the York, Pennsylvania area, Swerve Scott, actually a friend of mine, a relative of an even closer friend of mine. So, like, it's just cool as hell to see him getting his just due through Tony Khan and AEW. He got a really raw deal as part of Hit Row. It's just cool to see, like, my boy doing his thing. He's in rare form. Picking up the win against Tony Nese. I'm not a fan of how they're doing the finisher, like him doing the double foot
The
stomp.
boot, yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, the coup de grace. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like that's already happening, and like he has other stuff he could have used.
I was gonna say it
But
definitely felt the finisher felt way less impressive than a lot of his other things he showed off in the match. Like I would love to see him use some of his athleticism is fucking incredible. Uh I would love to see that incorporated into like a real creative finisher for him.
right, so would I. And hopefully time will bring us that because it's definitely worth it with the character. Vince should have invested. They made a bad call. Hunter knew it, and now they're gonna have to eat their hearts out and watch Tony do right by him. And that's just the sweetest medicine for me.
Yep.
But it was great.
Yeah, for sure. It was overall you can tell that he's green still, but he looked more professional than most people I see on their debut. So that is
Yeah,
definitely such a good sign for the future of him. Like I said, his athleticism is good. Uh, he commanded the crowd pretty well. I was surprised that he was already getting the swerve chants from everyone. Like it was stadium wide. Uh,
yeah.
that's a hard thing to do, and the guy's definitely got charisma for that. So that brings us to our final segment of the episode, and the one I'm sure you're most excited about. Your eyes are pretty glued to the screen. So,
Yep.
WWE 2K22 dropped. Oh man, let's
So
go. I was gonna say I know you want to talk about it, so let's go to you.
to be clear, first off, this light shining on my face on and off throughout the entire episode has been from 2K22. I have been playing this entire time that I've had it. Man, it's great. It's a great reset for the series. Completely overhauled controls and engine. It's just awesome. The graphics are even better. Head and shoulders better than 2K20. So they succeeded there. I even will say parts of this are better than 2K19. It's way more arcade than simulation. And I've been clamoring for this for a long time now. It feels very Here Comes the Pain. It feels very Shut Your Mouth. And I fucking love it. I love My Rise. I have yet to play too much of GM or Universe, which Universe is Universe. I heard they did some new cutscenes for it, but My Rise specifically, I spent some time on. Oh man, the branching storylines. It's Shut Your Mouth all over again. I fucking love it. Um, what else can I say? Exhibition mode is dope. The roster picks are pretty fucking cool. There's some released wrestlers still here. Again, my good friend Isaiah Swerve Scott is in the game, making his video game debut. Awesome. Yeah, man. I currently right now am in My Rise. I am on SmackDown. Still in my first year. I'm the Intercontinental Champion for the second time. I've literally lost it and won it since we've been in this episode. So bear with me. I just have fucking fun with this, bro. Red, what are your thoughts?
Man, this is the first WWE game I played since I think like 2016, 2017 maybe. But
Yeah.
it has been so fun, bro. First off, my boy was over with me while I was starting off the game and stuff the other day, and it's so much funnier like having someone else around while you're playing. Like
Yeah.
it makes for some fun ass commentary, like what we do here, but definitely some
Yeah.
shit we don't want to record here. But
Sure. Oh my.
but overall, yeah, I was surprised. It's definitely a new system from anything I've ever played. Definitely a learning curve. I'm not good at the game yet. Unlike you, I am still running the indie circuit. I have no titles. I have probably a lesser win ratio or a terrible win to loss ratio, but
Yeah.
it's fun as hell. I'm I'm definitely enjoying the different classes and the different things they bring to the table. I think the moveset creation is a little less detailed than other WWE games I played, but
Yeah.
everything else is way more expanded on. There are so many different game modes. They have like what's the faction thing is like a gotcha game, like a mobile game almost, and then they have My Rise, which, like you said, fantastic, uh, great story angles and stuff that they present, and My Universe, yes, like you said, My Universe is My Universe. Overall, the game is a breath of fresh air from most games I've played, and I don't know. I'm excited to go play it, honestly, after this episode ends.
Yeah, man, I can't put it down. I'm having so much fun. I'm definitely seeing some glitches, even as like we're sitting here though, like to like speak on some of that stuff too. Like there's definitely some referee glitches and most things that like I'm noticing I'm expecting to be fixed with a patch.
Mm-hmm.
But like to out a bit, you've had some targeting issues, you said.
And like
None of
the ref honestly just fucking stonewalls me all the time, bro. Like I'll be going for a finisher or something, and the ref will just get in the way and break it up.
yeah, which is basically what just happened to me just now. Ref boy was off.
Yep.
Damn, I just on this
And
shit.
the other thing I noticed already is when you're walking down the ramp for a created character, sometimes they use the wrong song for your music. Yeah, like mine, I forget what I have set, but it fucking switches to like three different, it has like three different options that it switches to that are all like surrounding the song that I actually picked. So it might just be like I don't know how you'd even describe it, like a jukebox spinning issue almost. Like they're just spinning to the wrong track accidentally. But
Right.
like you said, it'll be a lot of simple stuff that's fixed. Overall, very fluid. Uh, a little challenge. It's pretty challenging actually compared to any other WWE game I played. I was a self-proclaimed master in the early SmackDown versus Raws and the early SmackDowns, like you said, shut your mouth, bring the pain. But yeah, this I am the rookie. I do not deserve to be in the WWE yet, and that's why I'm running the indie circuit still. But yeah,
We all got it
uh,
when we're curtain jerking.
I'm sure we will definitely talk more on this game when we get more involved in it. I figure we can cover the other game modes and stuff more in depth. We can maybe even do a whole episode dedicated to the game once we dive into all the aspects of it. And
Yeah.
honestly, hell, if you guys get us 50 subscribers, I'd love to start doing some play along bullshit on some live content. So, what's up?
Awesome. I said,
But closing thoughts on 2K and I guess in whole the episode.
well, closing thoughts on 2K. Thank you, 2K, for getting your shit together. You guys sucked last year, well, 2 years ago, and it just wasn't great. And we didn't have fun, and it hurt our feelings. But now you came back and you made it all better, and it's not even just a Band-Aid. You gave me a new fucking knee. So thanks, guys. I'm going to be enjoying this game, multiple storylines. That's the thing. Like, you're going to have to play through this My Rise at least 3 to 4 different times, maybe
Yep.
5. Shit, because there's 3 different shows you can play through, and there's heel and face.
Yep.
There's objectives for, so it's like the replay value is high, man. Thank you guys. I'm gonna be playing this. I played 2019 for fucking 4 years, so yeah, this is gonna be
Yeah.
great. I'm excited on the show as a whole. Great week of wrestling. I'm very much looking forward to everything. Quick, some honorable mentions. Shout out Impact Wrestling for an amazing show with Sacrifice this week. Standout match of the night, again, my boy Jay White fighting Alex Shelley. Awesome. Led to a segment on Impact this week where the Motor City Machine Guns, yes, I said the Motor City Machine Guns, will be reforming to face Jay White and Chris Bay representing the Bullet Club. Don't
What?
adjust your TV set. MCMGs versus the Bullet Club. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking nuts.
All right.
And I think that's next week.
Oh man, I need to tune in for that for sure. I hope everyone else does. And yeah, like you said, incredible week of wrestling all around, the shows, the game. It's just been a great time to be a wrestling fan. And on the road to WrestleMania, I think WWE is going to be giving us some more amazing like free TV episodes, not just the main or not just the pay-per-view itself or premium live event or whatever it's called now. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's so exciting. The current time of wrestling, the future of wrestling, it's also promising. And
Yeah.
us here at Tight Talk are going to be here to ride it out the whole time. But with that being said, our Batman-inspired graphic tee, Vengeance, is still available in the Studio 5-star Etsy page, as well as our previous design, Strange World. Link is in the description to their Etsy below. Those are only here for a limited time, so get those while you can. And you can follow Studio 5 Star on Instagram at Studio 5 Star Official. Uh, there you can get a lot of cool anime, movies, comics, gaming, merchandise, and we're trying to grow the inventory of that, so stay tuned for even more from them. Uh, Other than that, you can follow me on social media at Roach the Boy Wonder. There you get updates on this channel, you get some pretty cool artwork, and you can hit me up for all your art commission needs. And finally, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified when we drop another episode. We are closing in on our 50 subscriber goal. We are trying to do this live content for you guys, watch alongs, live playthroughs with for video games and stuff. And it would be incredible to get there. So please and thank you.
We have more coming this week from Tight Talk on Turnbuckles. We have pages, pictures, and panels, Roachboy Red's Comic Corner. Everything's coming back, and we just can't wait to get with you. I am like erratic right now. I'm being traded to Raw, I believe. I'm a little pissed off. I want to call my general manager and cuss him the fuck out. I don't know. I got to go, guys. This has been Txldian and Roachboy Red, and we love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in to Tight Talk on Turnbuckles, brought to you by the great folks at the Pages, Pictures, and Panels Podcasting Network. Have a good night, guys.
See you guys.